What it do, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm here to bring you guys a new video in my Must Have Miss Gags series. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always have her series and community playlists linked down below, as well as all the Instagram pages I follow to get all of this makeup knowledge. And lastly, but certainly not least, I always have all of the items listed and linked down below. If there's an asterisk behind that link, that means it is an affiliated link. I appreciate it if you shop through that link. That does give me a very small commission. Otherwise, absolutely no big deal at all. I'm just happy you're here supporting my channel, watching my videos in a free way, because it really does help. If you enjoy this video along the way, I would love it if you give this a huge thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to my channel and you like the vibes, you like the fam, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. I also do have a membership if you are about it. It's only 99 cents per month. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't want this to be too long of an intro. You're getting to see a snapshot of the final look that I will be getting to during this video. I will be doing, of course, a tutorial or kind of getting ready as I talk about this new makeup. So yeah, let's just dive on it. So it has been some time since I have sat down and done like a new makeup releases type video. I typically focus on independently owned makeup. Historically, I have been doing this series about a week to every 2 weeks, just depending on how busy or kind of less busy I was. If you know anything about my channel and me lately, your girl has been busy. So I've had to kind of just sporadically throw these up whenever I had the time. And I felt like trying to dig through some of these releases to see if there was anything halfway intriguing. Because if you guys have seen a lot of my videos lately, I'm just not intrigued by these new makeup releases. So without further ado, I am going to scoot over. If you're wondering, I'm going to be using almost exclusively my new Siiz brushes. I want to play with them. I did just haul them in the video that went up before this one, if memory serves me correctly. And if you're wondering makeup wise, like what I'm going to be using, I'm just using stuff that is in my like top drawer organization. It's going to probably be a combination of my project pan items and just old favorites that I just haven't played with and they're just still here. So that's that. I don't want this intro to be too long. But as always, if you are interested in any one particular item, everything will be listed and linked down below. So the first thing I'm seeing is a very interesting bronzer kind of object, if you will. It's a bronzer, don't get me wrong, but I think the consistency and the finish is what really intrigues me on this. So this is made by Mitchell, and he is I do believe he began as being an actual makeup artist, and you know, he just became popular on Instagram and all the other respective platforms that he's on. This is a baked luminous bronzer that's going to give you a silky sheen over the skin, and this is available in 10 shades. Now to me, this is really screaming like the Tower 28 bronzers. I do have those. I have done bronzer hunts on them, and so if you're interested, I definitely would highly recommend you to search my channel. I definitely have bronzer hunts on them. I do have a preferred shade, which is the only one that is now still in my collection, and if memory serves me correctly, that was the shade in their old collection, not in, you know, their current one that I kept, although I do believe they have like an equivalent still in their collection currently. So anyways, yeah, this is really screaming that to me when I look at it, but it's still interesting enough to me, like compared to all the other releases, especially when we're getting into the warmer months. We're getting into spring and summer. You're going to see a lot of bronzers, and traditionally I would really like go in on buying them and reviewing them for you guys and stuff. And although I do still avidly enjoy bronzers, this, like I've said, you know, time and time again at this point, I just don't feel the full-on urge to buy as much as I have in the past. And so for that reason, I'm gonna go ahead and pass on this. But if you were interested in Tower 28 and maybe that didn't work out, I would say maybe look into this one. This one looks like it could potentially be something that could work out for people who want a similar finish and potentially like build up ability. So a powder that you guys have seen me use time and time again this year is the Pat McGrath under eye powder. She's now come out with a new shade, and this is in pink. A lot of people have been doing pink powders since Huda Beauty released her pink powder, and it pretty much went viral. This makes perfect sense. I have the yellow powder just because it works best skin tone and my undertone, so you know, that's kind of how that is. But I definitely wanted to talk about this because this is a powder that I think is really, really good. And for those who are interested in trying this brand's powder, but maybe the color range just never worked for you or did not intrigue you, if this is something I definitely would recommend. As always though, when it comes to Pat McGrath, never buy her full price. She's always going to do at the minimum a 30% off sale. That's when I say go for it. And if you're one of those people who only sees the sales where it's like you have to buy like $100 or more to get 30% off, she does do sales where like it is 30% off the whole site. You just really have to pick the right moment and the right time to really purchase from her. So those are my recommendations. I definitely would recommend this powder just based on the powder that I have alone, and you guys will be seeing me use that powder in just a little bit. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions. Something that honestly I'm just not really interested in is the Wicked and One Size collaboration. If you did not know, I have watched quite a few plays in person, live, and one of those plays that I've watched multiple times in different countries, let alone continents, is Wicked. So this could potentially be like a thing that pulls me in just because of the you know, the brand that they're collaborating with. I do enjoy Wicked, and if you've never seen it, I would actually recommend you go ahead and see it. And if you're wondering, I did see it for the first time with the original cast, and then subsequently I saw it with like, you know, their newer cast or whatever. I do really love the play. I do, but that's not what this is about. This is about the products. The eyeshadow palette leaves a lot to be desired. Wow. The eyeshadow palette leaves a lot to be desired in my personal opinion. The highlighter though, I'm not gonna lie, I have been side-eyeing that highlighter for the sheer fact that their last collaboration highlighter was one of my favorite highlighters for quite some time. I still would love to pull that out and get quite a bit of use out of it. And it's one of those highlighters I can definitely see long-term lasting in my collection just because of how pretty it applies on my skin and the color. It's so beautiful. So definitely was intrigued though with that powder highlighter. It definitely reminded me of the Disney collaboration highlighter that I got so much use out of for quite some time, pretty much until the Rare Beauty highlighter came into my collection. That was my automatic go-to. I'm pretty sure it's actually in this top drawer, just hidden in this particular drawer that I'm working with right now. So that really tells you, and that is why I've kind of been looking at that product. Originally, when I got the Disney highlighter though, I was able to get it 30% off, if not more, because I got it at Kohl's and Kohl's had it on discount. And I was able to stack quite a few other discounts on top of the one that was already there. So I'm feeling like I'm a wait and hopefully it will come out. I would love to kind of compare the highlighter to the one that I already have, you know, stuff like that. But that's the only product that I was interested in, the only product. And that is only just because I have so much good memories with the one powder highlighter that I got from them that I'm interested in trying yet another one potentially from them in the future. Keeping it going, I believe I talked about these at some point I'm not really positive when, but this is the Rare Beauty Luminous blushes. Now they came out with, I believe, 6 shades, and on initially like seeing the powders, not only just swatched, but just like physically seeing the powders just displayed, I wanted like 2 or 3 of them. And do not get me wrong, right now when I'm filming this, and hopefully by the time I get this up, the Sephora savings event sale is going on. And so right now, this year, I am rouged. Now, that's not going to be something that I can say next year. I just will not spend enough money at Sephora, and I'm perfectly content with that for once. I feel like there have been years where I've kind of felt like I had to kind of buy a lot towards the end to kind of keep that status, but I'm okay with not having that status in the next year. But I'm going on a tangent nonetheless. I was really interested in quite a few of these shades, but I ended up picking up one in my Sephora order, and you guys will eventually be seeing that order whenever it does deign itself to arrive in my doorstep. So yeah, I was really interested in this. This is a product and a brand that I get a lot of really interesting products that I enjoy. And so I can see myself really getting some use out of these products. Now, I don't think that this is going to be a product that I can use standalone. I definitely think that I'm going to have to apply something either cream or matte powder, and then apply this on top and really get that beautiful sheen. But I do think that I can get a good amount of use out of this. So that is the thought process right now. Very similar to what I do with my Taj Mahal and my Project Pan when I use both of my Project Pan blushes, which I can actually show you guys that technique now. So I put down the cream blush, and I want that to kind of be the focal point, the main shade. And then I just take a tinge of Taj Mahal from NARS and just kind of put it more on the inside and kind of pat it around. That gives me a nice sheen at the top of my cheekbone, which will blend in eventually with my highlighter. But it also gives me a nice overall sheen all over. It's just something that I've been doing. I think it looks cute. I like it. And I do think that this is a good brush potentially for blush. I forgot to use it for my cream bronzer, but that also was because of the functionality of my cream bronzer. So there is that. So yeah, either way, right now I have purchased one, and once it gets here, I will potentially, look into getting some more when they're on discount as well. I've just gotten to the point where I just don't feel a true purpose in picking up any makeup that is not discounted. Interesting. This is one of my favorite kind of non-traditional formulation highlighters. This is the one from Half Magic, and this is the highlighter brush from Singe. I wanted to see if it will pick up cream highlighter. This is a very unique texture product, so I'm not really mad at that application, but it's not the type of application that I usually get with my hand. I definitely would say I would prefer my hand application right now. But I'm also just going to go ahead and tap on my Rare Beauty on top just to, make a thing out of it. Another really big launch that has come recently is the fact that Jackie Aina extended her brand's range. So if you did not know, her beauty brand is Forever Mood. Until this launch, all they did was candles. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I actually really like their candles. They are not the most kind of affordable, and at the rate that I actually burn my candles, honestly, just for me, it was not financially responsible, if you will, to pick any up outside of the like 1 or 2 that I picked up, because I picked up like the mini set. I loved that mini set. Doused my face so everything can come together, and I will try to blend out my cheeks just a tinge bit more, but you guys know me. Anyways, so for the Forever Mood brand, she extended now to perfumes, which is honestly right up my alley. I've seen so many people's like thumbnails where they've been reviewing this. If memory serves me correctly, in some of those thumbnails, she also has a mini like set so you can like sample all 3 perfumes. Unfortunately, I just did not think to add that to my cart for the Sephora sale. And that cart did reach my limit for purchasing beauty for the month. So I cannot pick this up, at least not this month. I have seen quite a few people reviewing these scents. I haven't stopped to actually watch them. Life has been busy, as I keep mentioning. But I will say that this is a brand that I would just love to get the sampler set of. But in the future, I just don't need it right now. There's so many travel size bottles that I have. I'm enjoying getting use out of those, and I'm slowly kind of allowing myself to wear certain scents to work. And so, yeah, I'm potentially on board with picking this up in the future, and I think it would work. I'm just gonna wait. I'm probably gonna buy it off of Sephora, and if I can get like a gift card, like a $100 gift card while I am still Rouge, because I want to say they only allow Rouge members to renew for that gift card. I'm not really confident in that declaration of like knowledge or whatever, but I think I'm gonna try to do it before the end of the year, just in case that actually is something. Because like I said, I'm pretty sure this is going to be my last year where I'm actually Rouge, just financially, and with so many things going on in my personal life, I'm just not going to have the ability to spend as much on beauty as I have in the past. But yeah, I'm very excited for these scents. She has the 3 scents. I'm rambling and not giving you guys any information about these scents. So one is hard to get. The scent is lemon, jasmine, and whipped vanilla. The next one is You Remind Me, which is apricot skin, orange flower, and sensual musk. And then she has I Am Her, which is red velvet, pear, raspberry, and oud. So that's really interesting. All 3 of those sound very interesting scents that would be very unique, and I have full faith in Jackie to give us a scent that's actually going to be interesting and smell good. I was not mad at any of the scents from her candles that I've tried, so definitely intrigued by this. Is this something, like I said, that I'm going to run out to get? No. Do I think it's interesting? Yes. But once again, how interested am I really in all of these releases? Not so much. Something that I know I will just not be getting 9 times out of 10 is the ABH Boosted Skin Tint. Now, this is basically a skin tint but in a stick, and I think that is very smart for somebody who's on the go or just doesn't want to spend too much time. I recently tried the Shiseido sunscreen that is available in a stick and absolutely loved it, because I didn't have to take the time to do too much in the morning. I could just rub it on my face, pat it out, and I was ready to go. And although it may not seem like that's really like all that quick compared to just taking a more traditional formulation of sunscreen, it was just very nice, especially also if you're traveling. You don't have to worry about the size of your sunscreen because it is a solid. So I absolutely love that aspect of this product. And I'm looking at the coverage on that model. Sis ain't got no coverage, and I want coverage. And for me right now, I'm having quite a bit of breakouts, mainly because I went from actually using my LED mask to not using it, and now I am back to using it. And if you have an LED mask or kind of understand the concept, it's going to bring all of those imperfections to the surface to kind of get rid of them. And so that's what's happening right now. Not mad at it. It's just a fact of life in a aspect that I kind of have to deal with, if you will. And so yeah, I want coverage. If I'm going to put on makeup, I want some coverage to kind of hide those imperfections, and I just don't see that capability really coming through with this particular product, let alone, as much as I love a good skin tint, I have so many foundation type products, actual foundations, skin tints, stuff like that. And I need to just get through them. I mean, in my project pan alone, I have two, and we are now in the month of April. And I don't think I've done my update for March, but newsflash, oh no, I don't do an update on that. So I will do an update on that in a couple of months. And as of right now, I have not finished one of the two foundations that I have in that project. So it just doesn't seem, once again, financially smart or even reasonable for me to potentially pick this up. I will watch all the YouTubers who make money and do this and that review things for a living. Your girl is just, this is my hobby. This is my pastime. When I finally have a moment to breathe, I like to talk about makeup with people that I don't know in person, you know? So yeah, it's really, really cute. I like the concept. I think it'll be smart for those who like on the go, but just me purchasing wise, it's not gonna happen. More things are coming from Danielle Myrix. She has been on a roll lately. So now she's coming out with new shades in her color fixes. If you did not know, I have quite a few color fixes from Danielle Myrix, and I actually really enjoy the product. You can use it in any aspect of your makeup, whether it's your actual eye makeup, your cheek makeup, your brows, eyeliner, whatever you really want, because it is safe for all parts of your face. I really, really like this product, and hopefully I will be able to potentially pick up a shade or two if they still kind of meet my fancy. I do have some unique shades, like I have like their primary yellow, but I also have like a really bright kind of burnt orange, and if memory serves me correctly, some more neutral shades that I use not only on my eyes but also to contour, to bronze, and then also on my cheeks. So I definitely have a range from this line, and I would love to add to it if it makes sense. So we'll see. I like some of these shades, and I could see me getting some use out of them in the future, especially like Carrot Cake, although I want to say Carrot Cake is the shade that I actually have, so maybe that's just like a re-release shade. And then the yellow definitely looks different than the yellow that I have, so we'll see once I like kind of look a little bit more into these stuff. So apparently JD Glow is closed. Something going on with the fact that they were being sued for things they shouldn't be sued for. Honestly, I just have been doing so many different things that I haven't had the time to look into it. Also, the brand has not really been my favorite as of late, mainly just because their products did not last very long in my collection. There was one highlighter that I loved, Chaos, absolutely loved that highlighter, but it didn't last. It did not last long term in my collection, and that is something that I really take note of to see if it's something that I need to kind of keep. And yeah, it did not last. But I am sad for the brand. I know that no brand owner really wants to kind of be forced to close and then subsequently kind of rebrand and potentially like lose some of their customers and all of that. But I hope that from this potential forced kind of closing, something good comes out of it. I always hope that something good comes out of it, especially for a small brand. They were very well known in the indie community because they've been doing makeup for quite some years now. So yeah, I hope that they are able to kind of reformulate, and not even just reformulate, but kind of rebrand, bring themselves back, and keep their audience as I'm sure they wish to keep their audience as well. There's so many new brands, and this is a brand by a K-pop artist, Somi. I don't know them. I don't really listen to K-pop. I do watch a lot of K-dramas, but I've never been a K-pop kind of listener. Either way, it looks like the main thing that she is coming out with is a highlighter palette. I doubt that highlighter palette's going to work on me, so I'm just going to go ahead and ignore it personally. I'm sure it is a great highlighter palette, but I'm just very, very not so convinced. If I can be frank with you guys, I am not convinced that it's going to work at all. And like I said, I'm just kind of playing today. First time I've been able to sit down and just use makeup in quite some time. So there's going to be a lot of random links, a lot of items down below. If there's a particular item that I apply and you're wondering what that one is, just comment with like the timestamp and I will let you guys know, I promise. So LYS has extended their shade range on their cream bronzer sticks. I love this cream bronzer stick. It is very, very creamy though. So if you're not somebody who wants something that is going to pretty much blend in and just look like a second skin in the zone that you put it, this is not the cream bronzer stick for you. I believe I've also done a bronzer hunt on this as well. So definitely, once again, go ahead and check out my channel. I've done a lot of content when it comes to bronzers in the past, and hopefully I can find the time in the future to kind of revive that. But I do love when a brand takes something that is very, very popular and extends the range to make it even more accessible to even more people. So once again, kudos to them. And this is one of my favorite cream bronzer sticks. It is not as firm as the Rare Beauty. The Rare Beauty is slightly more firm and has different undertones. From what I'm seeing in the shade extension here with LYS, theirs is more in the actual shade, not necessarily kind of padding out undertones. So keep that in mind. There's a variety of different cream bronzer sticks with different textures, different undertones, different formulations, different finishes. So really, if you're interested, I would definitely say find a YouTuber that is similar to your skin tone and kind of shop their collection via their videos. Hopefully, if they've been able to kind of present multiple bronzers on their videos. It looks like Dolce and Gabbana are coming out with some more products in a collection. There was a highlighter that I wanted from this brand months ago. I never got around to getting it. It was just stupid expensive, honestly. And I'm sure these are going to all be really expensive as well. They have a skin tint, they have a lip plumper, and a liquid lipstick. All over $30 for one individual product. That's a lot of money for my beauty budget, which is $100 per month. So I'm not going to be purchasing any of these, and none of these are really enticing me, intriguing me. They're skin tints, they're lip balms, they're lip oils, but what is there to really bring me to the table? I mean, nothing really. So at the most, their little liquid eyeliners actually look more intriguing than anything else, honestly, in this post. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling about that. Bioma, which is a kind of drugstore brand that does a lot of skincare, they are now coming out with lip oils and lip mask. And I must say, I am slightly intrigued by this. I know I've been promising for like eons at this point a kind of lip oil, lip balm, lip gloss type video, and I do really intend to do it. Life, but this is definitely something that I could potentially add to that list. Bioma is available at Ulta, and I already plan to make an order with my Ulta points. Potentially within these next couple of days, I would feel comfortable with kind of slightly going over my budget for that, because that would be a really good video. And I'm personally very interested in the products, which is very, very new. And I'll hopefully talk about that. I'll talk about that right next, actually. So yeah, we'll see. I think that there are 2 lip oils and only 1 lip mask. As for the lip oils, I don't think there's any real difference at all. Maybe just the color. Oh no, there is a slight difference. Okay, so one is a lip oil. The other one is a pH lip oil. So I like that they gave you that option for those who really like pH products or those who really hate it. And then of course they have that lip mask. The lip oils both are respectively $11.99, and the mask is the same price as well. So I like that they give you that option to see what you prefer, and I would love to try them out and kind of continue to weigh them along with all of these other lip oils that I pretty much got my opinions on. I just haven't showcased them on my channel. The products that I was potentially interested in picking up at Ulta are actually from Serena Williams' brand, which her beauty brand is Wyn. Am I right? I believe that's the name. Yeah. WYN Beauty. And I have a cart worth of stuff that basically I can get for free, more or less, with my points. And I'm personally intrigued. And there are some things in here that I think in the long run I really don't need. And so I'll probably whittle this cart down to like the bare necessities. But I was just so intrigued by the fact that she came out with a beauty range. I believe at one point it was speculated that her beauty range was going to be like something that you can wear while you're working out. And so that's what truly intrigues me at my current job. Your girl sweats, okay? I sweat like I am working out, although I'm not working out. So if this is an alternative, this might be a way for me to kind of add some glamour subtly without losing that glamour throughout the day because I'm wiping it off along with my sweat, you know? So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I am intrigued. I'm just not 100% on all the products because I have like a skin tint I just finished talking about in this video alone that I have a lot of skin tints. So like, do I need another one? There's a concealer in my cart. I don't go through concealers very quickly. It actually takes me a ridiculously long time to get through concealer because I don't use a lot of concealer. So it's like things like that that I'm like, maybe you don't need them. Maybe let's just start with the lip oil because that's something that you already plan to do a video about and incorporate into that video so I can actually get that video out to you guys. So definitely let me know your opinions. Are you interested in seeing a full face of Wyn Beauty, or would you like me to just kind of slowly introduce that brand to my channel and to myself via a different route? Let me know down below. There is a new product from Pinky Honey. I believe this is the brand that did a collaboration with an influencer that was a freckle pen, and now it looks like they've come out with their own range. I used to be really into faux freckles. I have 2 freckle pens that I really don't get any use out of. And so for that reason alone, it just doesn't make sense for me to pick this up. But these look like they would be perfect for making freckles. I love the little rounded tip and the fact that it is more of this type of pen. That way you can just kind of dot, put your top on and go about your business. So I do really like this. I think this is somewhat innovative compared to the other freckle pens that have been out there. They've been more feather tip than this one. So I like it for that, but you know, do I need it? Not so much. I think we're down to like the last item. Yes, we are. And this is actually Jones Road. Once again, what are they coming out with? A lippy stick. Lipstick lip balms are truly in fashion, very, very popular. Every brand wants to come out with them. And there are a handful of things that I actually wanted to try from Jones Road. So that's what's intriguing me more about this product, is that I could kind of throw it in my cart and feel like I'm trying just a sampling of the brand and hopefully getting some really good thoughts on the brand to see if I want to further dive into them or not. So this product is $22, which I feel is a tinge bit expensive. This is a tinted lip balm that's supposed to give a light wash of color. It's supposed to add to the no makeup look, and yeah, it's just supposed to provide moisture and lock in the elements on your lips. There is a wide range of shades, and there are a couple of different browns and of course a clear. I could see me once again throwing this into the cart. This wouldn't be the main reason that I make a purchase from Jones Road, but I have already wanted to try Jones Road. So this would just kind of be an additional thing that I potentially get in the future. But with that said, that's it. That's all of the items. And if we're being honest, like with myself and with you guys, are there a lot of items that I'm really excited about? No. The items that I talked about today, would I, crawl into a sad dungeon or be really disappointed if I never pick them up? Even the items that I said, oh, I'm interested in, even the Wyn items from Serena Williams, no. It's just, I'm not really seeing any true catchy items, things that are really pulling me in to make the purchases, even with the sales that are happening left and right. But let me go ahead and finish up this makeup look. I pretty much only need to just throw on some lashes. That's pretty much all I gotta do. So let me go ahead and do that really quickly, and then we can kind of wrap up this video. Okay, so that is the end of this video. Like I said, really, there's a thing here or two that I might throw in a cart, wait a couple months to remember that I wanted to pick it up and pick it up. But really, I'm just enjoying playing with my Project Pan items, old favorites. Even today, I decided to throw on my Seal Skin Tint, which I raved about towards the end of last year when I finally tried it and really loved it. But I also decided to add in my Juvia's Place to give just a bit of coverage in certain areas where I felt like I needed coverage. And just doing this, I'm really loving my base. I think it's beautiful. Adding in the combination of an old favorite, which is my Half Magic Glitter Puck, and of course a current favorite, which was my Rare Beauty Flaunt Highlighter. I am so happy. I'm so happy. And it's like, why rock the boat? Using another favorite, the Rare Beauty Cream Bronzer. I even have a little mini dent in this because of how much I used it last year, and hopefully will continue to use it. So that's kind of where I'm at. I still do, once again, really enjoy makeup. I enjoy sitting down here and just relaxing in a way that I can't in other aspects or other hobbies that I definitely do have. But, I don't necessarily need to buy the latest new thing to still do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are continuing to enjoy my channel. If there's a video suggestion or idea that you would love for me to do, go ahead and shout it out down below, or go ahead and hit me up in Instagram DM or even email me and I will get to it. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.